Om. Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaikamurtaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Brahma Vidyacharya Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Devatabhyo Namaha. Om Shri Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha. Shri Vedavyasa Vaishambhayana Yagnavalkya Adya Shankaradi Gurubhyo Namaha. Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Ata Shri Krishna Yajurvedantaragata Taittiriya Upanishata. Om Yasmat Jatam Jagat Sarvam Yasminneva Praliyate Yenedam Dharyate Chaiva Tasmai Jnanatmane Namaha. Yairime Gurubhi Purvam Padavakya Pramanadaha Vyakhyataha Sarva Vedantaha Ta Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Taittiriya Kasarasya Mayacharya Prasadataha Vispashtartha Ruchinam Hi Vyakhyayam Sampraniyate. Om Atadvitiya Brahmananda Valli. Salutations to the Lord, entire Guru Parampara, Rishis, especially to Bhagavan Vyasa, Vaishambhayana, Yagnavalkya and Adi Shankara, who are the givers of this Taittiriya Upanishad to all of us. We have seen the Prathama Shikshavalli, the Upasana Pradhana Shikshavalli. Now in the second one, the Brahmananda Valli, it is the Brahma Jnana that is being given to the disciples by the Guru. So here also, throughout life till we reach Paramatma, there will be all the chances of all the upasargas, obstructions, obstacles coming from within and without. And as it goes in every language, in every saying, prevention is better than cure. In the spiritual path, along with our own preventive measures of being careful, etc., what works more, what is required more is the intervention and protection of the divinity. And that will happen when we invoke their grace through various upasanas and mainly the prarthanas. It's because spiritual endeavor, when we do the prarthana and not any worldly things we are demanding, so the upasya devatas definitely will be pleased to bless us. But we should never forget that we must invoke their grace. That's how when we are starting this second Brahmananda Valli, the Shanti mantra, as it was done in the beginning, that also is done because the Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, these devatas' blessings for keeping our faculties intact. As long as we are pursuing spirituality is very much required, we did that. Then in the Valli alone, there is another Shanti mantra which is very famous. Everyone of us chant it every day. In this, the Shishya and Guru, the Acharya and the Shishya, both of them are uniting with each other in their sankalpa, in their own commitments, etc. And they are also together invoking divine blessings for the success of this great endeavor. So, we are such a minute creatures in this entire universe or the globe. How much ever noble may be our vision or the goal, but we as an individual, tiny, with very few less capacities. And how many of the prarabdha we brought, and we are in a part of the total. What is the total prarabdha? We don't know. So even we are noble in our endeavors, yet like good people suffer. This is what the thought everybody every time has. Why good people suffer? There is no like that. It's because of their goodness is now. But what bad they did past, we don't know. But and also there is a some samashti prarabdha. They are a part of which. Therefore, even though they are good, they are troubled. In the same way, when we have taken spiritual path, yet the world in which we are there at any given period of time, and also our past, it always has its influence. Never ever forget this one. And therefore, as much as sadhana we have to do, for that our own efforts. Along with that, when we keep on applying to the Lord in various forms, whatever they can do, also they will do. Everything they won't do, that too overnight. Many of the prarabdha, how much our sincere sadhaka we have to go through, nobody can avoid. So, having the clarity of all these things in mind and doing sadhana is a real maturity. So, not doing is also not right. Totally into the worldliness also is not right. Doing half heartedly is not right. Let us do it wholeheartedly. At the same time, never forget that we need the continuous empowerment or removal of the obstacles, whatever they can do, called as gods. Therefore, we pray to them. This is how the second Shanti mantra we started yesterday. First line or first sentence we saw. Let us chant it 2 times today and continue what Bhashyakara's Bhashya for this mantra, which is very famous. Every one of us are familiar. ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 अगेन ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Looking simple because of our frequent study or chanting this mantra, but then the beautiful meaning in it and the importance of the meaning in it is very, very sublime in this mantra. So we saw yesterday the first part, Saha now avatu. Now means Shishya Acharya. So the disciples who are listening, Shishya, and the Acharya, the one who is teaching. So Shishya Acharya. So Acharya gives the knowledge. Guru gives the Diksha. Guru himself can be the Acharya. Acharya himself can be the Guru. And Guru Acharya can be separate also. Like in big ashramas, the Guru gives Diksha, but he is busy in so many programs, everything. So he appoints his subordinate or some other disciple as the Acharya for the students who are there to learn. And every Guru cannot teach every subjects. And the Acharya is not only the Brahma Vidya Acharya, any other Acharya, like Drodha Acharya. He did not give Brahma Vidya to them. He only gave the Astra Shastra Vidya. But he is also Acharya, Krupacharya. So they are all Acharyas. They gave different Vidyas. And then Brahma Vidya Acharya. So here, the Brahma Vidya giving Acharya, receiving Shishya. Now, both of them, Avatu. So, Avatu means what? The Rakshatu. And whom we are praying to? Om. Om, though it is not mentioned here in this Upanishad, but everywhere we carry that Omkara Pranava. So, consciously, Om, that Shabala Brahma or Kshara Brahma or Apara Brahma, if you can conceive in your mind at this level, which will come to everyone little later, if not now. But if you cannot imagine that Apara Brahma straight away, which is an understanding inside, you can't give a name and form to him. You can't give a name and form, just feel the totality of this entire universe, the one in whose hands that is there, who is the wielder of that Maya, to him we address. If not, same meaning keep in mind, but take whoever is your Ishta Devata, then he represents Om. So, my own Rama, my own Krishna, my own Shiva, my own Devi or Ganapati, who are the wielders of total Maya. So, Om is defined, explained clearly. Then second one is what? Now Saha. Now means both of us. Saha means together. Avatu means Rakshatu. So yesterday we spoke at length about it is not Rakshana of each other from each other. No, they have come with a wonderful mission, therefore not that thing required. Then what is the meaning of Rakshana? Protection. And we spoke yesterday at length, protection from the Rajoguna and its influences on both of them for various reasons. So too the Tamoguna influences on both of them for various reasons, which won't allow the Sattva Guna to be predominant, which is very essential for the continuous smooth flow of this transaction of Guru communicating the Vidya, the Acharya giving the Vidya to the Vidyarthi or the Shishya. So we saw yesterday that mainly the Tamogunatmaka Vignas are there. From there, the Rakshana is required. And we saw yesterday them, the three of them, the Alasya aspect we saw, wherein there is extreme laziness, there is a continuous procrastination. Guru says, or Shishya, aaj nahi class kal. Even Shishya also says, not today, tomorrow. So these type of postponements for various reasons, called as Alasya. As much sense of urgency we have for the moksha, so much sense of urgency we have to have for sadhana, also for the clarity of the picture which is given to us in the satsang. Such type of personality we have to become. This we discussed some 10-12 days back, if you remember, in our introductory thought. That was, become a personality of this type. Till that type of personality we become, living that life always becomes difficult. Like our personality is what? Every day listening to class. You get addicted. That word also we used. If not what, then we'll be carried away by every small little emotion or sentiment or anything. Therefore, here from the Alasya, oh Lord, protect both of us. And Lasya and Rasa, we also spoke about that. There should be a Rasa when they are coming together to study, me and my Acharya. So Alasya and Arasya is replaced by Lasya and Rasya. Lasya is the jubilation, the dynamism, etc. And Rasya or Rasa or Rasa is what? Feeling that liking for the Shastra and the study and trying to do it as best as possible with all intention and enjoy. Second one we saw was the Nidra, which is also again to be mastered properly with so many measures taken consciously. All of these things waste our time, delay our sadhana, and allow many other new negativities to enter, to remove which again we have to put extra efforts. So the problem to the both Guru Shishya will be of the Tamoguna of the Alasyam as well as Nidra. And the third one is what? Again the Pramada. The two types of Pramada. One Pramada is what? Not being very careful. Therefore, some of the shortcomings maintained all the time. This is called as the Pramada. Second thing is what? Not repeating the teaching as well as the study by the student, taking it lightly. Pramada का अर्थ होता है being careless. Every accident happen not because the driver don't know the driving and all is expert. That's why thousands and thousands of kilometers he drove. but only at that one particular moment. He just was negligent or careless. It could be anything. He was little overconfident about his ability to take turn, or even about the road. He may be miscalculating, or he might have thought that other person has a lot of gap between me and him. थोड़ा इतना ही होता है, that is enough for the accident. In the same way, the pramada aspect in spirituality is not duly valuing, not duly respecting. Therefore, not understanding the need of repetition, therefore, not repetition. That carelessness is the thing with which wonderful efforts are put, but then the result is not gained. And the result is what? Satisfaction to the Acharya that he taught. Like today we will see in Bhagavatam, when Krishna says, he already said, I gave you everything, hey, Uddhava, did you samyak avadharitam? Moha nashta in Gita also. Bhagavan Krishna very clearly says, I have given you the best. And have you understood or not? Please tell. In both cases of Uddhava and Arjuna, they also say that we have thoroughly got it. So they may be the Ekasanta Grahi. So in one teaching, they have learned. For many of us, even teacher will have to, without pramada, tell the sadhanas again and again. Disciple also should listen also and contemplate and also practice repeatedly. वेदांत का एक ही है साधना, वो है repetition. Just like we fall prey to the samsara because of only one reason, that is called as repetition. One thing, anything done once and not repeated won't create that much of vasanas or troubles. That's why dhyayato. Dhyayato means repeatedly thinking about the things gives to vishyan pumsa sangasteshu upajayate. In the same way, nirantara prayatnam, when we do here also, then it becomes easier, we can master it. Therefore, let there not be the obstruction of the pramada also. Oh Lord, please protect us from these three main traits of the tamoguna. When we are not only in the class, but of the class, not only as long as we are in the Gurukula, but throughout life. Not only this life, till we reach you, experience you, O Bhagavan, protect us from these three. Because they are very dangerous. This is the meaning of Sahanau Avatu. Okay? Now come to the next one. What is that? Sahanau Bhunaktu. So now Sahanau Bhunaktu Bhojayatu. So please bless again that both of us are made. Bhunaktu means Bhojayatu. The two meanings of that is what? Let this interaction be a very good enjoyment for both of us. At one point level or karana, there is a joy. But then there are many other things. When two people come together which don't match, that become cause of dukkha. Like you have a friend. For one or two reasons, you are good to that friend, he is good to you because in those reasons, there is something from him, you are enjoying it. But many other things you don't like. Therefore, 10% that friendship gives happiness, 90% again it gives misery. That's how the problem in the wife and husband. One aspect is very good, that he is a very good cook. But in other aspects, he is not good. So she doesn't like, he doesn't wash utensils properly, or any other thing he does, he's angry, or he's arrogant, or he has got some bad addiction. ठीक है ना, तब फिर जाकर सारा बात बिगड़ जाता है. ठीक है. In the same way here also, let no thing disturb the mutual relation also. Then the purpose for which they have come, called as the teaching and learning. It should be bhunaktu, means all through there should be a healthy atmosphere of happiness or joy or ananda while they are going through. Me, my guru, when we are sitting, even if we take 5 years to study Shastras, even more than that, the bhojanata means what? The joy or happiness should always prevail. So the disciple must be excited waiting for the Guru and teaching. The Guru also should equally be inspired to teach. That is one meaning of Sahano Bhunaktu. In short, may we both enjoy the study. Another meaning is what? Bhunaktu Bhojayatu means every Bhojanam, what do we do? For the Trupti as well as Shakti. So when we are together, Sahanau Avatu, for this Adhyatmika Shravana and teaching, both by the disciple and Guru, let this knowledge become Bhunaktu means Bhojayatu means nurturing and nourishing us in every aspect of our life. And a Guru will not teach an Acharya only the subject of Vedanta, even though disciples come. He'll have to teach all other Vyavahara also, because unless the Vyavahara is taught and in that the disciple is setting right, he will not be able to effectively do the spirituality. Therefore, the nurturement and nourishment towards the conviction about the ultimate goal, equally the nurturement and nourishment about all other required knowledges and sadhanas which empower him or qualify him for the ultimate goal, this study should give him. So, to both of us, it should be bhojayatu. The opposite of what is what? Ki, tired and exhausted. Bhojayat means nurturing and nourishment. Like sometimes you feel when a good thought is learned and you are really convinced about it, there is a sense of nurturement and nourishment. And that knowledge of the thought, when it is utilized, it really works wonders also. So there are some people, how much ever food they eat, that never nourish them. They always remain patulu only. There are some people eat less only, but every ounce of that goes into the body and it nurtures their body. Bhojan ke vishay mein. In the same way, every class we study, every subject we study, every shloka sentence we study should bhojayatu, nurture us. Just like every morsel of food when we take, it is nurturing us. It is removing the pangs of hunger. It is giving the joy of taste and all that. It is filling the stomach. And you can see उपवास के अगले दिन real उपवास, not change of diet wala उपवास. 26 or 36 hours fasting, not even water. So much tiredness and all. Then little we are eating, तभी start हो जाता है the nurturement. First morsel you have taken and you become conscious. Inside all the parts start becoming active and then nurturement we can feel. In the same way, our classes, our study should nurture and nourish us. That's called bhunaktu bhojayatu. And that nurturing and nourishment is for what? For the functioning of all faculties with which we accomplish things in the world. That is called vyavahara and bhojanam. Here also, the nurturement and nourishment is what? To remove the obstacles also from our side, whatever we have to do. And also, for every of the sadhana to be done, the clarity, the inspiration, the readiness, all of them are called nurturements. May it come to us like a very, truly, highly matured, patriotic person, Deshabhakta. We have seen the history of nation who knows glory of our Bharat Mata, and he also knows how others have troubled us, tortured us. And he himself served as the patriotic person, let us say in army. When you call him for a lecture in any university for the college students, and he's a good speaker, let us say, imagine how wonderfully he will talk about the glory of Bharat Mata. And it will nurture and nourish the children for the whole life that they become patriotic and Deshabhakt. In our political agendas, so many things are spoken, but the country is not brought. Except few are people, हमेशा देश का glory कम ही बोलते हैं. Today that our national way of the government, they are doing little bit, they should continue. And that is the only positive thing which is sustaining them. Niswarthata and Deshabhakti. Is it not? You all know it better than me. But everyone should openly talk, not about ये देश के लिए हम करेंगे वो करेंगे ना. How our Bharat Mata is great. So when such speakers speak, how the nourishment comes to the children, that we will also serve our nation in whatever profession we are. In the same way, the Sahanau Bhunaktu mein ki the teachings of the Guru should nourish and nurture the disciple, disciples learning, disciples reply to the questions, answering when he is put to the test, should nourish the Guru that yes, what I am teaching is not going waste, this disciple is receiving, so let me teach more. This is called as Sahanau Bhunaktu. It should enjoy also while starting studying. At the same time, that should give us nurturement and nourishment. Is it not true? How wonderful that is. Then comes the third one, ki saha viryam karavavahai. So what is that? Saha viryam. Viryam vidya nimittam samarthyam. Karavavahai nirvartayavahai. Both meanings. So vidya nimittam samarthyam karavavahai nirvartayavahai. It's very interesting. It is both ways. This Atma Vidya Prapti, like any Vidya, needs tremendous amount of efforts to be put. The efforts to be put is called as Nirvartayavahai. Here, efforts lagana hai, so you should have the capacity and stamina also. And that capacity and stamina doesn't come just like that. We have to create it, we have to conserve it. So, the second meaning first I am saying, then the first meaning we are seeing later. The second meaning is what? Vidya nimittam saha viryam nirvartayavahai. So, for the proper giving of the Vidya, the Guru or the Acharya should put his due effort. So, that's called as Vidya nimittam viryam nirvartayavahai. So too the disciple also, for the receiving of the Vidya, whatever the effort he has to put, he should put. That is called the meaning of Nirvartayavahai. But more important than that, the first one is what? You will put your efforts, but only when you have abilities. Is it not? Stamina है तभी जाकर हम करेंगे. So, any of the stamina or the viryam, which is very essential for communicating, the Guru should gather it to see that the due efforts which are to be put, he is able to do because he has all the stamina. So, in the case of Guru, what is the viryam here? That he should know the language of communication, he should have the vocabulary, he has to gather that. He should have all the references of different shastras. He should have the variety of examples that he can give. So too, he should be collecting all the required data. Required for what? When the disciples ask some problems or questions, like the Purapakshi. So these can be the tentative prashna a disciple can ask. Let me have the answer. So collecting all these things is the virya from the Guru. And another thing is what? Which says without going, but then we can mention it. See, giving of this Vidya requires both time and energy. So, Guru cannot go on exhausting his time and energy in other things. That even though he wants to put Viryam in teaching, he is not able to do because Shakti nahi hai aur samay nahi hai. In the same way, in the Viryam for the disciple, what is it was? He should also have that stamina, gathered and conserved. Therefore, throughout life, what we have to learn one thing is, let us not get exhausted in doing any of the things other than spiritual sadhana. Because of which, for doing sadhana, we are left with no time or energy. That is a crime. That shows we are not planned or we are not very genuine, sincere about our sadhana. So this is the meaning of viryam, both of them. creation of the energy, conservation of the energy is one Sahaviryam. Second is what? Because the Brahma Vidya calls for lot of efforts, doing all that efforts is second way. And nothing in the world is achieved without the due efforts that are required to be put are put. Again, every job demands its quota of efforts, sincerity. Then only result comes. चाहे काम छोटा हो, बड़ा हो, बाहर का हो, अंदर का हो, worldly हो या spirituality हो, each achievement requires its quota of efforts to be put. If it requires 100%, we have to give 100. 50-60% efforts we put, then we don't get the 100% result. That a homemaker knows every day to make everything so wonderful. She goes on trying her best to give 100% best. Sahaviryam Karavava. Viryam is let us work together our due efforts. So to further require Viryam, the energy Karavavahe, let us create. So create the energy, use the energy fully for the sake of this Vidya giving and receiving. There is a meaning of here. Ki Saha Viryam. Viryam is effort and stamina. Vidya Nimittam. Vidya Nimittam. That is why he is the word Samarthyam. So both the meaning. Karavavahe. Samarthyam Karavavahe मतलब कि समर्थता को create करना. And also Samarthyam Nirvartayavahe. When you have created it, you use it also. Like in a wrestling or boxing case. So they do both. They eat. There's no other work. And then go on throughout the day. लगाते जाते practices. सुबह 2-3 घंटे शाम you go to those big vyayam shalas. They are doing Sahaviryam Karavavahe all the time. Samarthyam Karavavahe. Very tough job. Every place it is so, but here. The technologists, they do in their own way, Sahaviryam. I'm just giving because whenever anything is said physical, we can easily catch it. See that Viryam Karavavahe, they do up push-ups, whatever you call. 500, 600, 1000. We can't do in 5. Down only. Then utak baitak kuch kehte hain. They do it so much. These are all, they are increasing their stamina. Sahaviryam Karavavahe. You can see that gymnastics and all, everything, the swimming, how much energy it takes. Now, when the actual competition is there again, what they have collected their skills and staminas throughout their training period. They, again, Samarthyam Nirvartayava. All the staminas gained also, and then skills gained also, they duly put there, and whoever are able to put, they win. And from last 5-6 years, even in India also, surprisingly, the government is encouraging, therefore good funds are given, coaching institutions are put. Our youngsters also are becoming capable enough even to win medals, even Asian Games and Olympics. Earlier, एक कांस्य पदक मिल गया, बस we used to celebrate. And it is okay for various reasons. We should not talk negative at all. 135 crores, and the small countries, as if Finland, England, New Zealand, Czechoslovakia, how much is their population? As much as in 1 hour, how many people are there in railway station in Bombay? इतना ही होता है. And they get all gold and all silver. Is it not? The trend should change. Small country in number, but so many medals. We have such a huge population. But as we are giving good facility and training, is it not? Then the youngsters get that Viryam Karavavahe, stamina, then they can stand strong. They also have to practice. Coaches should be great, the children should practice well in every aspect. It is not that because the others are of less power, therefore we are winning. That's not Majburi wala jeet. The thing is that we should be so powerful, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, There should be nobody more powerful than us to defeat. That much we have to become. See, in sports, in economy also, we could sustain better than other nations during this pandemic effect. Our recession started. How will it affect India? We will see next 5 months. By the end of April or March, we know. In the same way, here also, Sahaviryam Karavavahi is exhaustively explained where strengths and staminas and talents and all faculties are gained also, then Sahaviryam Karavavahi, they are put duly also so that our work doesn't suffer. That's the meaning of Sahaviryam Karavavahi. And then, at a very lighter sense, the meaning is what? The Guru should not feel that everything is disable's job and put all responsibility on him, and if it doesn't work, then blaming him. फिर मजा नहीं आता. So too the disciple also should not put every responsibility on the Guru and say कि तुमने ठीक नहीं पढ़ा इसलिए कुछ नहीं. That type of funny thing should not be there. Both of them should put due effort. That's the meaning of Sahaviryam Karavavahai. What the meaning of Tejasvinavadi Tamastu and all? We'll just see it tomorrow. Today's class this much. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarushabhyo Namaha. Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. We'll just see some time.